Hey, what's going on, guys? Hex here, and today we're taking a look at the New York Comic Con 2016 exclusive NECA 4-pack for the TMNT line. This is for the Turtles that came out a few years ago, so I'll show you in comparison with one of those. I still lack Leonardo, which I've ordered so that I can have the complete set of Turtles, and now I got these guys. But you get Shredder and his 3-foot soldiers. They're all a little bit different here. This one looks like he's kind of got like a little Shredder mask and a little hat on, which I think is kind of cool. And this guy obviously has a bandana where he doesn't, but we're going to break down each one of these figures. Again, like I said, this is an exclusive, so the only way to get this was if you ordered it off of NECA's website whenever they had it on there for a very short amount of time, or if you were at New York Comic Con 2016, or if you're willing to pay someone like on eBay or some other like third-party site there so that you could order it from there. You're gonna have to pay a little bit more. That's what I ended up having to do since I missed out on the NECA website. But let's go ahead and get into these guys. First off, I want to start off with let's go with Shredder first here. So what you get with Shredder is obviously 2 sets of hands. Each one of these guys have 2 sets of hands. They all come with these closed fists, and this is what they come with whenever they're in the package. I've equipped the other fist so that they can actually hold their weapons. One of the things that you'll notice is the little gauntlets are going up here on both sides. So it's just the way that the little plastic tray or the plastic tray that they're sitting in kind of pushed them up. But it's one of those things that are very soft and kind of a rubbery feel. So if you held them down for a while, they would eventually go back to the way that you needed them to. But you can see there's a lot of nice detail in them with the black panel lines and stuff like that, and also with the gauntlets. So look really good. And going on to the weapons, I'm just going to use both swords with Shredder here. You can see that he's got a long or sword or katana, whatever you want to call it. You can see the bandages up here with the black, silver all throughout here. Then there's that light gray down here to, I guess, make that look like it's, the sharp piece of it, and a little bit of black lining here. So looks really good. You can see that he comes with 2. Go ahead and take those out and move those to the side and focus on the figure. So first off, with the head sculpt, you can see the eyes in there. Hopefully that's showing up. Yeah, I think it is. And then the helmet looks really good. You can see some scuffs with the black around here, the panel lining, the little links to hold it together, I think looks really good. I like the detail. Let me move that up for us a little bit there. I just like the detail of it. Looks like it's had some dings in there, or like maybe the turtles have got in some shots. But also this back section here. Now this isn't a soft rubbery plastic like all these little gauntlets are, or these little spikes here on the gauntlets and shoulders. This is actually a little bit harder plastic, so I just want to be careful with that. It's glued onto the top piece of the helmet. And then you look down here with the neck, you can see that bandaging with the black lines, and the brown looks really good. It's the same thing going around here with the waist. Then going into the shoulder pads or the armor here, you can see that there's, just like the helmet, there's some little scrapes in here. Some of them are highlighted in black, some of them are not, so I like that. They're just kind of all over the place. You can see them here on the gauntlets as well. And there's that that bandaging he has, so everything matches up and it looks really good. So it's not just uniform to where it's just lines going. It looks like it's actually bandaged up to where they're crossing over and stuff like that. You see it here in the belt and the neck as well. So I like that, because that's how you would actually bandage up a wrist or whatever, or the waist. So it just wouldn't be keep on going across parallel. You guys know what I'm talking about. So. But again, yeah, looking in there, you can see all those nice little dings. The same thing with here. It's that soft rubbery plastic. You can see the lines or panel lining for the fingers there. And then going in with the rest of the deco here, you can see with the shirt, it's black. Just little highlights here. I think it looks good. It looks better with all these little black highlights throughout here than it would just being all the solid color of kind of a cranberry, I guess you could say, or purple or something. But yeah, looks really good. You can see it down here with the legs, again with the bandages. You can see them down here with the feet. It's not all uniform. They're kind of all mixed up and crossing over and lapping over and stuff like that. So I think that looks good. Again with the gauntlets, you can see that there's a lot of scrapes in there. Some of them are highlighted with black. Some of them are just not painted. So looking very good. As far as articulation with this guy, You can kind of see already with the head. I mean, it's on a ball joint, so you look at all that movement there. You can get quite a bit out of that. These can have a little bit of movement here, so that if you're rotating the shoulders back and forth, they're not going to be able to go 360 because this can only go so far, but you can get quite a bit of movement out of that. So that's just for them being that soft rubbery plastic. But the one thing I've noticed that's super tight with these guys, a gnat or something, is the shoulders. They're really tough whenever you're trying to like pull them out. I've noticed that with the foot soldier, shredder, all of them. So just something that you just kind of have to work so that they'll eventually go how you need to, and it doesn't feel like you're gonna break the arm off. So I'm gonna go back and forth, in and out. You can rotate here at the bicep. You can bend 90 degrees with the wrist, and then these wrists are not 90 degrees, but 90 degrees at the elbow. And then with the wrist, you can rotate, and then you can go left to right with them as well. So they do have that movement in there. The waist, you do have the waist bend right here. And then this is a soft rubbery plastic, so you do have quite a bit of movement out of that. So you can go all the way front, back, you can go all the way out, however you need to. You have that high thigh cut up there. And then you have the double jointed knees to where you can go almost 180, more than 90 there. Then you have the foot, which is rotates, and then it's kind of like on a little ball joint where you can get quite a bit of movement out of that. And then the toes, they go back and forth as well. So a lot of nice movement with this guy. Really dig shredder. Just got to get these guys pose however you want. So let's go ahead and look at the next foot soldier. We'll move his weapons to the side. And the next one I want to take a look at is this guy, which kind of looks like a mix in between a foot soldier and shredder, or at least the the mask. And I like the cape and everything. This is probably one of my favorite ones. His gauntlets are a little bit different. You can see that the other two foot soldiers, they have the wraps like Shredder does. Let me make sure that's focus there. But you can see that they have the wraps, and they also have different little hands here. So I'll show that off to you here in a bit. But obviously his head and his cape and everything like that, I think looks really cool. This is, you can mix and match the weapons. This is the one that came on his side, so I was like, yeah, I definitely want to give him this one. But going ahead and taking it away so we can look better at the weapon. I think this one looks really cool. I like it with the gray. You can see the silver paint here, the black going back and forth here. And then just focusing in on this character here. So, the top of the hat, it's got, little black marks all over it. The face, you can see the white eyes in there. They're kind of shaded, but silver right here. This is not necessarily a soft rubbery plastic. It's a little bit harder, but it does have some movement there. But you can see that you can't really look up, that it does hinder here in the back, but I'm okay with that. If he's just looking straight on, that's fine with me. With the cape, it's kind of like torn. It's got like little holes in it, stuff like that. So again, it looks just really cool, and it's also molded into a way to where it has some like little bends that are natural to it. You can kind of see how it wraps around here. So that's all by design, and I like that. Then here on the inside, you can see that there's some gray paint going down here and on the sides here. They still painted the back here, so if you wanted to pull the head off and take the cape off, you can do that. And you can still see that there's some little black lines back here on the back, on this area, and you can see them here on the front and on the legs and stuff like that, just like we showed out with Shredder. So same thing with the wrappings here. The gauntlets already kind of showed that off here. You have the wrappings here, but then he's got these extra little bits here, which are kind of waffle ironed, or however you want to say it. Wraps down here, so just a really cool looking guy. As far as articulation, it's same with Shredder. He's just not going to be able, like I mentioned before, tilt his head or look up very much, but he does have that nice ball joint. The shoulders go in and out. They also rotate this way. Biceps 90 degrees, elbow, wrist rotate, they go left to right. Has the waist articulation forward, back. This is again soft rubbery plastic. The thigh cut, double jointed knees. Has the rotation here on the boots. So at the top of the wrap, which Shredder, I didn't think he did, but you know what? Maybe he does. I don't want to break anything. Yeah, he does. Okay, so it was just really tight there. So Shredder, I'm sorry, he can actually rotate there at the boot as well. So all of them can. And then the foot, this can go back and forth and around, and then the toes can go up and down. So a little look at him, and we'll move on to the next guys here. All right, next guy we're looking at is the one that I just kind of gave the knives to, which, they look cool. He's got a little bandana on here, so it kind of breaks him up from looking like this guy. But, it's just awesome little foot soldier. You got the white eyes there, the bandana. This is, soft, rubbery plastic, so you don't have to worry about breaking that. But again, with the weapons, I'll go ahead and show those to you. Articulation, I think you pretty much get it. It's the same on all the figures. Well, there we go. You can see some black lines throughout here, some silver paint, black again. Again, on this one, you can see these little spikes that are painted silver, which look cool. Then the silver paint throughout here, the black as well. It's got a nice little design to it. So those are the two weapons that I gave him. There's obviously more to choose from, and I'll show those off here in a second. But again, with the black lines, even in the bandana, looks really good, nicely detailed. Same thing with the neck, the bandages, the wrist, and the feet, waist, and everything like that. So just really cool design. Same articulation like I pointed out before. Same soft rubbery skirt here. But really nice design. I like these foot soldiers. I'd actually like to maybe pick up a couple more individual. I saw that those are selling on eBay as well. And lastly, you get this foot soldier, which, same design except for the headband. He doesn't have one, so I like that it's broken up a little bit. They all are a little bit more, individual. With his weapon, if we can slide it out of there. And this is actually, a real chain here. So I think that's a nice little touch. But again, you can see that those little spikes are painted silver down here at this end. So this could be used as a weapon. And he's got this end down here, which this is painted silver. This is obviously going to be used as a weapon, or you could, play jump rope or choke someone out, whatever you want to do with that. So very cool. Same articulation, same detail as the last one that we looked at. The black, the bandages, all this going on here. The same soft rubbery plastic. All the articulations the same. Just amazing detail on these foot soldiers. I really like it. Some of the other things that to point out is on Shredder. We pointed out that he has two sets of fists, so there's a closed fist for that guy, and then you have the guy with the little hat on, to where he's got his closed fist as well, and then you have two additional of these for each one of the other foot soldiers that are closed fist. A couple of other weapons that you get is you get one Ninja Star, which is silver, and then you have the black here on the edges, which is just really nicely done, because they didn't get any black here on the silver part. It's just down here at the edge, which or on the sides there, I think looks really cool. One more weapon. You get this, which majority of it's painted silver. You get some of this gray back here. You can see the black going here, and on the inside there's some black going down here as well. So very, very cool, very nicely painted. And it is not a soft rubbery plastic, so this would break in half if you moved it too much. So, and the last little accessory, or basically like a character in his own, you get a little crane here, which he has little arms that can move up and down on each side. So, and I like this design. I think it looks cool. So, anyways, there's a look at these guys. I don't know if I'm gonna get them all posing in here the way I wanted to, but I wanted to show one quick comparison. Here, I think these guys get their feet extended so I can pose them, maybe. Anyways, you can see that he's about the same size there. We'll bring in one of the turtles, which the turtles obviously are supposed to be a little bit shorter. So that's basically who they're pairing off with. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I'll talk to you later. Peace.